A Florida Monroe County detective was accused of battering a fellow detective inside a police substation. Sergeant Nicholis Whiteman placed a fellow detective in a wrestling-type hold without his consent in late 2022. The detective who was the victim sat down with Monroe County Sheriff investigators to share his story.
So we'll briefly talk about trying to get an idea of what happened yesterday from your perspective.
So I was talking to Ian in his cubicle, and I forgot what the topic was. And I hear Melina say, "Hey, Darnell, come here." I said, "Hold on, Melina." And Melina's in his office inside of the process room. And so I said, "I'll be right there." What I did not know, he was calling me over there to let me know that one of the recruits from the academy was inside his office, and he wanted to kind of surprise me to say, "Hey," because he wanted to apply to work for the sheriff's office. Mm-hmm. I didn't know he was in the office, in Melina's process room, investigator room. So when I make my way over to Melina's cubicle, in his crime scene office, I see the recruit. Hey, how you doing? And at this time I'm standing, I want to say, with half of my body outside of the process room and half of my body inside, and Melina had the door open, and let's just say Melina's standing here and the new recruit standing here, and we're kind of engaging in a conversation, and he's asking questions about, him coming to work for us, so Melina's showing him around, basically. Mm-hmm. So as I'm standing here, I feel, at the time, a body really close to me, and when I turn around, it's Sergeant Whiteman. And he goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing nothing. I was just talking to them, and I'm gonna get back to work." So I get ready to walk off, and me playing Sergeant Whiteman, he put his hand out, and he put it kind of like on my chest, and now I have like a little small area to walk up. And he says, "Where you going?" So when I'm still walking forward, I'm going back to my office. And at that point, he's still trying to kind of hold me from walking away. And at that point, now I'm trying to go past him. His hand's here, and then he takes his hand from my chest, and he wraps it around my arm. And now I'm like, what are you, let my arm go? Right, like this. And at that point, I'm pulling away with this arm, and then he grabs my other arm. And as he's got both of my arms, I don't know what he was trying to do. Was he trying to hold me there, keep me there? So at that point, I'm telling him, like, bitch, let me go, So, and I pulled both my arms away from him, and I just went on to my office. And I was pissed off, because I'm like, why are you putting your hands on me? Mm-hmm. I don't know, how do we get to that point? I don't play with this man like that. I don't, let alone being in front of the new guy and Melina. Right. But anyway, I was pissed off, and I was so pissed. I got up. I said, "You know what? I don't want to overreact. Let me get up. Let me go outside." So I walked outside, got me some fresh air, and I'm trying to calm down, and so I walk back inside, I go back to the cubicle, sit down, and I start typing my report. And so as I'm typing my report, that's Sergeant Whiteman came back into my cubicle a couple of times, just kind of maybe see if I was mad at him, did I have a vibe with him, and things like that. I didn't say nothing to him, so he said, hey, y'all want to go to lunch? Sergeant Whiteman never goes to lunch with me and Jose. Mm. So then I was saying in my head, okay, is he trying to see, am I pissed off at him? So I played it cool. Because, I don't want no problems. But in the back of my mind, as a man, there is no way in the world on God's green earth that I just can't let you put your hands on me and think that that you think everything's okay. So that's darn it, that's me. And last night, so when I went home, I was laying in the bed, and I was saying, man, I didn't even sleep last night because I've never in my life had somebody put their hands on me and I couldn't do nothing about it. So I woke up this morning and and I did like this, and I was like, man, my shoulder kind of sore. And then it hit me. Oh, that's when this guy tried to, grab me and put me in a full. I don't know what he was trying to do, full Nelson or something. Mm-hmm. And so I told my wife, I woke my wife up because usually I get up and go to work before my wife get up. So I woke my wife up, and I don't even talk about work at home. And I told my wife what happened, and my wife was in disbelief. And then at that point, I made up my mind and I need to report this. And again, I'm reporting it to the point where I don't want nobody to go to jail or anything like that. However, I don't want nobody thinking they can put their hands on me and thinking that's cool, because I don't think it's cool. And I don't know, maybe God was on my side that day or something like that, because that don't happen right there. And so that's just that's pretty much what happened, and that's how I feel. And I was more, I'm more pissed off that somebody will put in their head to put their hands on me and then think I'm supposed to be okay with that. I don't like that. Now the other verbal stuff, like far as like we come to work sometimes. No, I'm sorry, not sometimes, all the time. And there's times when, he'll refer, hey, you, come here. Hey, Sergeant Whiteman, you know my name is Darnell, not Hay, right? There's times that I had to check him about that in front of my team. I had to tell him that in public. We do a full drive. He'll get with the public, and he starts to talk to us as if he owns us, or he'll talk to me as if he owns me or something like that. Wait a minute, you don't know my name by now? So I have a problem with that, and I told him about that. That was another issue I had with him. But again, I spoke to him about it. So I'm thinking it's okay, okay. And I don't have a problem with going to somebody. And so it was just, I guess, the other stuff I can deal with. I can come to work, get in my car, go do my follow-ups, and I'm done for the day. If I have an issue in the office or something like that. And then again, there's been other times when I would go to him and say, hey, we work for the sheriff's office, right? We work for the sheriff as a whole. He'll talk to not only me, but talk to the unit as if he owns us, And I'm like, hey man, we work for the sheriff's department, and I have to do that frequently in front of the team just to let him know we all on the same team. Our whole goal here is to investigate. That's it. We come to work to investigate. And maybe he see that as a sign of weakness. I don't know. But I'm not a weak individual. I come to work to try to be positive and keep a positive atmosphere. But never, I'm not going to invite you to put your hands on me. And no. Mm-mm. I still, in my head, I still can't think that I don't know. I don't know what to say, but that's my version.
All right, which, want to clarify too. I'm not here in any IA aspect at all. I'm here investigating a potential criminal allegation. And yeah, that allegation was that, he touched you or struck you without your permission.
Right.
The issue is complicated, obviously, because you're both law enforcement officers.
Correct.
And that's the way it's going to be investigated. It's essentially battery on a law enforcement officer.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind me asking, what were you wearing exactly yesterday? I know I saw you in the parking lot a little bit, but just for the record.
I want to say business attire, black long sleeve with a burgundy tie, I think. Yeah. With some plaid pants. That's what you want to call it. I remember.
And badge and gun.
Badge and gun. Yes.
So at the time that this happened, when Sergeant Whiteman grabbed you by your hands, you were wearing all that stuff?
Say that again?
Were you wearing the same outfit when Sergeant Whiteman grabbed you by your hands in the CSI office?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So knowing that this direction I'm going to kind of head with the potential charges, battery on the LEO, what do you want to do as far as prosecution wise?
Well, I don't want nobody to go to jail or nothing like that. I think that would be. I never want to see nobody lose their job or nothing like that. That's not my goal. I know this. I don't think me and him can work together. I can tell you that much. And I don't think he respects me as a man. And I don't. That's how I feel. Because if you respected me as a man, you would have never put your hands on me like that. And I was always raised that if a man goes as far as putting his hands on you, he'll respect you. And that's how I see that. And I got kids. And I'm not finna walk. I got kids and wife. I can't even tell my kids and wife I let a man put their hands on me and I did nothing. No, that's not happening.
I get that, man. But let's put it more simply. Do you want to press charges against him?
I really don't even know my options. I've never been through this before. And when you say press charges, I really don't understand what that means.
Well, I'm gonna continue. Basically, I've already opened up a case number. I'm gonna investigate this like a battery. Like I said, battery on a law enforcement officer. I'm gonna talk to you being the victim. I want to talk to any potential witnesses. Is Frank Figueroa, the reservist, the one that's trying to get hired with us?
Yes.
Okay, I plan on talking to him, and I plan on talking to Whiteman, Sergeant Whiteman, as to what happened,
Right.
And if you say, hey, I want to press charges, I'm going to do all those things, and if we have enough probable cause, we'll at least present the facts to the state and see what they have to say. As far as options, options are really right now. You can say, hey, I want to prosecute. You can say, hey, I don't. And then in that case, I have a no pros form. I also have the written statement form. No different than a battery out on the street. I'm going to go through all the exact same motions. So.
My thing is, I don't want to say I don't want to prosecute, and then nothing happens in that behavior continues. It can be me or it can be somebody else. That would be my only reason of not saying I don't want to prosecute. So that's my mindset right now. And maybe it's a lot of it, I'm still mad about it. Maybe I'm making that decision because I'm angry. And we know that's, when you're angry, that's the worst time to make a decision.
Yep.
I don't hate, or I don't I don't have any ill will against him. But by all means, I'm not gonna let another man put their hands on me and think that's okay. So that's where I'm at. So if the answer, the question is press charges, then the answer is yes.
Okay. All right.
And as a victim, if I choose to do so, we can also drop the charges. Am I correct?
Yeah, you can
At any
request
time,
that.
and we can request that.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of it's weird because I know that you know this, and you know that I know this, but I'm just trying to articulate it for the recording as well. Obviously, at any time you can say, "Hey, I don't want to pursue charges." If you right now say, "I don't want to pursue something," and then you try to go back after the fact, it's a lot harder to get
Correct.
to do that. So,
Correct.
I mean, if that weighs into your decision making. So this happened yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was right before lunch.
Remember roughly what time?
I want to say around like 11, maybe between 11, 11:30. Yeah, it happened right before lunch because we was making a decision of what we wanted to eat.
Okay, so I know that you mentioned Mo, Frank Figueroa, and Whiteman being there, obviously. Was there anybody else that heard anything or saw anything that you can think of?
I'm not sure. I didn't even talk to anybody about it. At that point, no, I didn't talk to nobody about it. I just, like I say, went to lunch. Actually, he went to lunch with us. He invited himself to go to lunch with us, and I think he just invited himself because he knew that what he did was improper. I'm just saying,
So I know you said that your shoulder's hurting.
It's sore.
I mean, I know it seems kind of weird coming from a different role. Do you want any medical attention for your shoulder?
No, I'm gonna probably go get it checked out. I'm gonna probably get it because what I'm saying is it's a difference between injured and sore, but I still want to get it looked at because I don't want to say nothing's wrong with it and then something ends up wrong with it. So.
Are there any abrasions or bruising
No.
or anything like that?
No.
You can see from the outside?
No, it's you can just like when you go up, I can feel it right there.
Yeah. All right. So what kind of preceded all this? I mean, was there any indication that there was going to be any escalation to the point to where Sergeant Whiteman grabbed you, or is this totally random, unprovoked?
I still don't know. I was talking to Ian before I was in Ian's office. And then that's when Mo called me in his office. So it's not like I spoke to Sarge before me even going in there and I don't know. I still don't know.
Did he make any comments to you when he was doing this other than, it's time for you to go, or was that the only thing?
No, the only comment I remember him saying was, what are you doing? And that was me saying to myself, okay, what am I doing as in I'm at work? Or am I talking, or am I not working? Or am I talking to you know? So I said, oh, okay, well, let me go back to my cubicle. And that was my cue, go back to my cubicle. And then that's when he put his hand in, put his hand right here to keep me from going forward. And I really believe he was trying to show off and trying to bully me in the front of the new guy. That's basically what I felt. That's why I'm feeling like that. So I just, like I say, it just could have went bad.
Is there anything concerning like this ever happened before or after this incident?
When you say concern before, what do you mean by that?
Well, anything that makes you think that he would put his hands on you or
I think because I think he's, when you're nice to him, he take that as a sign of weakness. That's what I really honestly believe that. I think when you're nice to him, you come in, you greet everybody, you're happy, things like that. I think he take that as a sign of weakness, and I really think that he put his hands on me to kind of like show off in front of the new guy and bully me. I'm just glad I didn't respond the way that I would have naturally responded. So I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even feel right making a report. That's just how I feel. Like man, God bless that man yesterday. I swear to God, he did.
so all this, roughly how long did this whole interaction take?
Probably about a good 15 seconds. It was about a good 15 seconds. It wasn't nothing. I don't think it was quick. It was a process. So when you first grabbed, like it's almost like you try to put me in a full Nelson. Yeah. So that's kind of how it was.
So this is the first and only time this type of incident has happened, or is there other, concerning behavior that built on this?
Again, I think the title he holds as a sergeant, he thinks he owns the people that work under him, because he always makes comments as, "You work for me." He makes comments like that, and I have to correct him and let him know, no, we work for the sheriff's department. We work for the sheriff. We get the same check from the sheriff's office. I have to frequently correct him on that all the time. And again, to me, that's just a man that is in a position of, he thinks he's in a position of control over you. Another thing too is, again, another example I had to go to him about. My wife's grandfather died, and he's from the Bahamas. So I called Sarge and said, "Hey Sarge, I gotta take some days off. I gotta go to a funeral. My wife's grandfather died." And I agree. And his comment to me was, "You don't have to take days off. It's only your wife's grandfather." I'm just messing with you, man. So those kind of comments too frequent, and we talked about it. I had to go to him and say, "Hey, man, that wasn't right what you said," and he apologized. Okay. So far as a lot of different times we had to sit together as me and him, and I have to address things that he says in order to get him to understand that it's inappropriate to like the things that he say. So and again, I think a combination of that is, it's just, the guy he just don't have no respect for you. That's it. He just don't have no respect for nobody else.
So has he, to your knowledge, has he attempted to do anything like what he did to you yesterday? Put his hands on somebody, or show off, like trying to put somebody in a full Nelson or anything like that before?
I haven't seen him do that before, no.
Okay. What about any other behavior that's unique to you only, that he doesn't do to anybody else?
No, I think he just belittles everybody. That's just it. He just try to bully everybody, especially when rank come around. He try to discredit your work. He try to discredit the things you do. How much time you give in the sheriff's office, things like that. So I don't think it's just, to me, it's just I'm the only person that brings it to his attention that when he says things inappropriate, that's inappropriate to the people that are employed for the sheriff.
How would you describe his mood or mannerisms on a daily basis? It's just the way I guess he carries himself.
Cocky.
And is that consistent throughout the day, or
all day, every day?
Any concerns about any other actions or behavior that
Put it this way.
you know of, or anybody else?
Put it this way. They had to complain to the captain lieutenant because he don't even say good morning when you walk through the door.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just come up to you and just start talking. Don't even tell you good morning. Don't even say, hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, can you tell me about this? He just starts talking in the air. And then when you don't answer, he'll say, did you hear me?
All right. Anything else that you want to speak to that I might not have asked you, or anything come to mind?
Not that I can think of, especially on this topic. So,
all right. I know it's kind of brief right now. So like I said, I didn't pull the case number. I'll give that to you. I will also get you a victim's rights brochure, just so you have. I do have a written statement form and continuation page if you want. I can give that to you. Fill that out, detail what you just told me, and then when we're done, I'll swear you into it, and then if anything else comes up to mind, let me know, and make sure to get it on record. So that's pretty much all I have for now, man.
all right, appreciate it.
But that's something else. Just running through my head, just trying to make sure I ask or talk about everything I can think of. And then you said it's definitely uncomfortable for you to do this. Just as disconcerting on the other end, my friend. So
I apologize, but
I guess it is, man. So that's. Write this down here. Just want to turn off. But, so what I understand is Whiteman's been told to go home, don't come back here until further notice. And if that changes, or anybody starts to give you a hard time or anything, just let me know.
Okay, can I give you this tomorrow, or I need to fill this out now?
Today'd be great, if possible. You can use my pen, or if you got your pen with you, that's fine too.
Sergeant Whitman was arrested and booked for battery. His case was dismissed in a pretrial intervention agreement in January of 2023. A look at the Monroe County Sheriff's Department's office website indicates that he is still on the force. There is no information available on what his disciplinary actions were from the incident.